This podcast is brought to you in part by P&P Games, your online source for everything video games. Visit their website at pnpgames.com or at one of their 2 retail locations in Winnipeg, Manitoba. All right, everybody, and welcome to the Touch of Gaming podcast, episode number 144. It seems like we just did a show, Jared.
That's because we did.
Yeah, we just finished. We're recording this one as well on Thursday, the 8th of August, 2013. We just finished an interview with Mighty Rabbit Studios. We had Kurt Hussain on from Mighty Rabbit Studios. And we did about a half-hour interview with him, and then we thought, you know what? We've been playing some stuff. Why don't we just do a normal show, and we'll give you guys a 2-for-1 because we love you. We love you that much, listeners. We love you that much. All right, well, let's get into the show. Before we get started, I just wanted to make mention that if you guys have a YouTube account or if you watch YouTube, if you can go over to youtube.com/VGPod. That's the VG Podcast YouTube channel. I set it up a long time ago, didn't really use it. But what I've done is uploaded pretty much the past 2 years worth of archives up to YouTube. So you can see at least a year, maybe a year and a half for some of the shows of the old shows. But the reason why I'm doing this is now YouTube has YouTube Live for channels that have a certain number of subscribers, and I want to get there so that we can try doing YouTube Live for the live streaming. We use Twitch now, which is good. Unfortunately, with Twitch, you can't watch it on iOS. So if some people come to our website to watch a show about iOS on their iPad, they can't watch the live stream. They have to follow along with the audio or open the Twitch app, which is crashy. So we're trying some different things, one of them being YouTube live streaming. So what we need is for everybody listening to this to head on over to youtube.com/VGPod and click subscribe to get our numbers up there. While there, you can check out all the old shows, and there's going to be some new surprises coming as well. I have some plans for some other stuff that will be there in the near future. So it'll be a good thing to be subscribed to anyway. But as for right now, you'll help out the show and help us in the future to do some live streaming. All right, Jared. So how the heck are you? It's like we haven't talked.
I am doing really, really well, Lloyd. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, actually. I'm doing really good. I'm playing Pikmin 3. I'm playing a bunch of fun stuff on my iPad. I'm playing my 3DS. I'm playing Animal Crossing like crazy. Mario and Luigi Dream Team comes out on Sunday. It is like the best time ever to be a gamer. You know, it is lovely. It is the best thing that I can ever think of. I can remember gaming when I was a kid and was like, oh, this is never going to get better. No, it got better. And that is right now. There's so many good games coming out across all the different platforms out there. It is really good. It's really,
and
really
I think it's really amazing how accessible it's becoming, because, even if you can't afford a game that comes out when it first comes out, that in a few months, 6-8 months, maybe you'll be able to get it for half price or something. And it's just incredible, or the iPod or iPhone where, games cost $10 or less and you can get great ones. So
yeah. And it's just, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I thought you were done.
No, I was just going to say, it's amazing how, you take the $50 that you would have spent on a game as a kid and you can seriously get 10 great games at least on iOS.
You could get 50 great games if you buy the 99-cent ones. It's crazy. And it's also bringing gaming to people that normally wouldn't play games because they would never pick up a controller. Like I have some friends at work that play games on their iPhone all the time. And then when I talk about video games, they're like, "Oh, you play video games?" I'm like, "I just heard you playing Angry Birds. What do you mean I play video games? You play video games." They're like, "Well, this is different." No. It is not different. It's the exact same thing. You're having fun playing a game. I
just saw you on level 68 of Candy Crush Saga.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny. Games like Nightmare Tower, which I downloaded, it's kind of like a hardcore-ish kind of auto climber type thing. I sent a text message to my wife. I was like, "Hey, you should check out this game. You might like it." I get home from work. She's like beating it. It's like, what? you're playing, you like that game? She's like, oh, I loved it. It was the best thing. And I'm like, wow, okay. Gaming really is accessible. Not that Kara isn't a gamer. She's played games for forever, but yeah, it's amazing. It's a good time to be a gamer, man. It really, really is. What do you say we get into this for the second time?
That sounds fantastic.
All right, Jared, what the hell have you been playing?
I have been playing a little game called Mikey Hooks that came out today. It's really good, but I don't want to talk more about it because you're going to review it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even my style of game. Like, to be honest, I can't do the speed runs. It's just too stressful. Like,
I find myself
get,
holding my breath
back.
a lot. I hold my breath when I do it, or I breathe deeper and then deeper and then deeper, and then I realize that my like chest hurts because my ribs are expanding way too far. It's like, oh yeah, I must breathe.
Yeah, I can't play it as a speedrun, I've decided. I like to play it more of the exploring platformer, and if I get through it fast, then great. I seriously, I only have one that I've gotten 3 stars for time on, one level, and
Really?
it's just sad. Yeah, it's just too hard. Like,
oh my god.
I always get like stuck on something, or but the hook mechanism's really cool. But again, I don't want to go too much into it because I know that you will be talking about it later in the show.
Mm-hmm.
How's that for a terrible segue?
Teaser.
So the second game I've been playing is a game called Monster Crew. So Monster Crew is a very interesting game. And I found this game in a really strange way. There's this company called Bonus XP, and they are putting out a game that looks so incredibly interesting to me. It's like a match 3 puzzler, but then it's like a civilization builder. And it's called Cave Mania. I think. Yeah, Cave Mania. And it just looks really, really interesting. And I keep seeing shots for it, and I was like, I want to go see what the other things these guys have done is. And so I went and pulled out an old one that they've done. Like I said, it's called Monster Crew, and you take control of Frankenstein, and it's kind of an auto runner where you touch to jump. And yeah, it's very interesting. It's good, and there's kind of a cool like collection aspect to it, and where you can collect the different there's like cards of other monsters and stuff.
Right.
I still need to play it some more, but I'm a little bit intrigued because it's you like run to the end of the level, and it's a set level. It's not like an endless generating one.
Sure.
But it's very, very interesting, and I need to play some more of it. And it's kind of funny because, like I said, I didn't ever intend to get into this game, but I wanted to see what they were about while I'm waiting for their other game.
Nice.
And then the other thing that I've been playing a lot of is a game called Ravenmark Mercenaries. So Ravenmark Mercenaries, the game Ravenmark came out, and I reviewed it. I liked it a lot. It was a pretty heavy strategy game, pretty intense. It's good. I like it. And Mercenaries, they turn it into a freemium game, where you're trying to build up different brigades and units, and you can level them up so that then they're better. There are 2 types of contracts, so you can go do little like minor contracts, and you send out your guys, and they usually come back injured, and they'll take anywhere from 6 minutes to like 15 minutes to heal. But it doesn't really get in the way of the game because you have like 7 units, so you can send out a lot of them and just not worry about them, because by the time you're done playing with the other units, they'll all be healed up. So it doesn't really get in the way of the game, which is nice. However, there's a lot of different customization options and extra teams, and those extra teams, I think they're going to be extremely hard to be able to get without spending money. So I understand that they want you to spend money, and that's okay. Mm-hmm. I would like to play some multiplayer matches because I feel like it's a multiplayer game. I've played a little bit. I usually get stomped, and I think it's because a lot of the people playing multiplayer have played a whole lot more than me. So they have like leveled up squads and everything else, and I just get killed. But it's pretty heavy for a freemium game. but it's very interesting if you like the strategy tactics types of games. It might be worth a look for you, and I think that I'm going to keep playing it here, so you may end up hearing more about it.
Cool.
So Lloyd, what have you been playing?
I've been playing a fair bit besides other console stuff. I'm still playing Rimmed Capsule on the iPad. I actually beat it. I got all of the obelisks and beat that one mission, and now there's still 2 other missions to unlock, which are so incredibly hard that I don't know if I'll ever do it, but I'm still playing that every once in a while. It's a lot of fun. I picked up a shooter called The Drowning, which is it's a free to play shooter. And this one was being talked about online a lot on all the different news sites and forums. And it was basically the fact that it had this new control scheme that is going to basically change first-person shooters on iOS forever, and the industry will never be the same. Those are the types of articles I was reading, and I'm like, what? Really? I don't know about that. So I downloaded and checked it out, and basically it's a first-person shooter that has a normal control mode with virtual controls if you want, or you can play with their new enhanced control scheme. And basically what it does is when you tap, you move there. So if I want to go over to one end of the level by a boat, I tap that, and my guy will just find its way there. And there's a button on the bottom of the screen to do a 180, and then everything else is controlled just by tapping to move. To shoot, instead of hitting a gun button on the side of the screen, you tap 2 fingers, and the point between your 2 fingers is where your bullet goes. So if you want to do a headshot, you want to tap your fingers one on either side of the creature's head, and you'll do a headshot. It works okay. I find that like tap to move controls are just so slow. I like having control because I'm used to using virtual joysticks now, so I found myself going back to the old school method. But since they're touting this new control scheme so much, they don't have a really well done virtual control stick one. So there's no sticky aiming, like it doesn't kind of pull your reticule to headshots or anything like that, like other shooters have done. So now it's not, for me, it's like it's not the best of any world. It's kind of a middling shooter in all regards, because I don't like this new control mode, and the other controls aren't that good. I'm still going to play it. I got pretty far playing. It uses, I think it's Mobbage for its social network / account system. So I didn't log in. I played as guest, and I unlocked a bunch of the weapons, and I found a couple rare drops, like including this like really awesome exploding crossbow. And then I was like, you know what? I kind of want to keep this. So I went and I said, I want to sign into my account. Well, it erased my whole progress because I signed into my account. So I lost all the work that I did on the guest account. And I was just like, oh my God, I'll never find that really awesome crossbow. So anyway, it's an interesting game. It's basically, you get timed to kill as many zombies as you can and collect the points. And then you go to the end of level screen. It basically counts up the amount of experience you got, the amount of money you got, the amount of black you got, which is the oil, which is the currency kind of in the game. And then you unlock different weapons, upgrade type parts. And then you use those to kind of upgrade your weapons and things. So, I mean, it's fun, but the fact that it wiped my save game, now I kind of don't want to go back and redo all that stuff. But I don't know. It's okay. And yes, Sinister, I drowned. It was The Drowning, and I drowned. Besides The Drowning, I've been playing Nightmare Tower on my iPad. A lot of fun. It's kind of like an auto runner, but you're auto running up, and you're a guy that launches himself on a rocket to get to the top of a tower, and you keep propelling yourself up by stabbing creatures in the head and cutting them in half. Every time you do that, you basically boost up a little bit. If you hit the bottom of the screen, you catch another rocket, but you slow down. And the game is all about maintaining speed to get up as high as you can. Once you get past 1,000 meters, you break through to the next floor, and you unlock one of the princesses that's been taken. And then you keep going up to 10 floors, and then you've unlocked all the princesses, and then you can eventually fight a big end boss. This game is so much fun. Unfortunately, I have an iPad 3, and the control or the visuals are a little bit stuttery from time to time. I think it's probably optimized for the iPad 4. It plays well on my iPhone. I have an iPhone 5. I'm thinking that if I had an iPad 4, it probably wouldn't be such a huge issue. But yeah, there's a bit of an issue now with, is it the iPad 4 or the iPad 2 or 3? What's the current iPad now? Is it the 4th generation, right?
Yeah, it's technically 4th generation.
So it's a 4th generation, the one that has the Thunderbolt port, or the Lightning port, or whatever they're calling that stupid little thing now. But yeah, it's good. It's fun. It still plays well enough. It just gets a little annoying sometimes when the screen pauses and then you've moved your tablet and then your guy goes all the way down, and you die, or you lose a life or whatever, lose a heart. But yeah, it's fun. It's like $3. My wife beat it. She loves it. I've been playing it. I love it. So check it out, Nightmare Tower. I'll probably review it next week once I've completed the game. Also picked up Color Zen. It's a free app that you can download if you download the Apple's App Store, the Apple Store app. You can go there and hit free download, and it takes you right over to the App Store where you can download this game. And it's kind of it's a weird little logic puzzler where you have to drag colored objects into each other to make them disappear. A lot of fun. Check it out. It's free. And then last but not least, I picked up Drop Chord, which is a iOS title from Double Fine Entertainment. And it's this weird rhythm puzzler where you have to put 2 fingers on the screen, and an electrical, basically a bolt of electricity joins your 2 thumbs or 2 fingers. And then you have to move your fingers around a circle to make the energy go in certain areas, to clear off dots. So it's kind of like Elite Beat Agents, but instead of typing or tapping rather, you're moving a line around to clear out the dots and avoid things that you're not supposed to touch and stuff like that. It's really interesting. It's like super trippy with the visual style. Like they have a whole bunch of weird filters on it. The music is really, really kind of heavy electronica stuff. All parts of games that I love. So I'm really, really digging this one as well. So I will definitely play more of this and maybe do a review for you guys next week.
Yeah, I've been interested in that one because I saw Double Fine on it.
Yeah, it's not a game that I would have expected Double Fine to ever do. So it just for that alone, the just kind of the weirdness of it, it was definitely worth a pickup for me.
It's kind of interesting how a lot of bigger developers are kind of using the app store as a way to just kind of test out their games and see how it works. So
totally.
Did you hear? This is off topic slightly, but that's okay. My game of the year last year, Squids. Did you hear their announcement that they're going to be on the 3DS?
Yeah, they announced that a while ago, but now they have a release date, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, 3DS and Wii U, so that'll be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I may actually have to pick something up on my 3DS since I don't have a Wii U yet.
Cool. Yeah, so Sinister in the chat room says, am I going to review Drop Chord? Yeah, I'll review it probably next week or the week after, once I've played through it a little bit more. And we have a celebrity in the chat room. Mike Mead just joined, just in time for me to review Mikey hooks. So perfect timing again, Mike. It's almost like you're scouring Twitter or something. Awesome. Well, that said, do we have anything else to add, or do you want to get right into our couple reviews for this week?
Yeah, I say we can go ahead and do the quick reviews for this week. It'll be another short show, so instead of one long show, you get 2 short ones. Cool.
Well, Jared, why don't you talk a little bit about Wit and Wager's Party?
All right. So those of you who know me, which isn't really many, but I really love board games. In fact, I have a board game group here in the Portland area, and we get together every other week and we just play board games. Really, really good. I play all sorts of stuff, and I pretty much buy every single release of a board game that gets ported over to iOS. Agricola, Eclipse, all of those. And I wanted to talk about one. And so the one this week, that it came out about 2 weeks, I think it was within the last week or two, is Wits and Wagers Trivia Party. It's actually put out by Backflip Studios, which I thought was a little strange, um, because they're the ones that have done a lot of other big name games. But this one is an adaptation of the game Wits and Wagers, which is a popular party board game. Um, and if you don't know how Wits and Wagers works, basically a whole bunch of trivia questions will be asked, and a trivia question always has a number of the answer is always a number. Um, so everyone puts in their number, and you don't necessarily need to know who plays that, or you don't necessarily need to know the answer to the trivia question. You need to know who might know the answer or what sounds right. So, for example, a question may be, I just pulled it up. It says, what percentage of the population lives in California? Well, I go ahead and input my answer, whatever it may be, and then everyone else puts in their answer. And then you get the option to wager on who's right. So you can guess your own answer if you think you have a pretty good idea. And it's whoever's right without going over. So if it's a higher number, you always round down or go down to the lowest answer that was answered, or the next lowest answer that was answered. You have two chips. You have the double chip, which if you get it right on that one, you win two more chips. And you have the single chip, which you get one chip. If you are really confident in the answer, you can go ahead and put both your big chip and your little chip on the same answer. For example, I had one that was like, what year did World War II end? And I'm like, I know that, 1945. So I felt really confident in it. I put all my chips on it, and I was right. In addition, whoever supplies the answer that is the closest will get an additional chip. So each of the rounds, you have a chance to earn 4 chips. And then on the last round, on the 7th round, you get to put your normal chips down, but then you could wager chips that you've already won. And anything you wager, if it's the right answer, gets doubled. So that last round kind of has that tension feeling where a lot of things can change. It's a really good party game. I really, really enjoy it. And, it's pretty simple. They brought it out as a freemium game, which is a little bit strange for me. One of the things that happens in it is you can buy boosts with coins. You can buy those coins for real money, or you can earn them. And the boosts are not present in the real game, so they feel a little strange because it's like one of them's like, see what other people bet on, or drop 2 of the answers that are incorrect. And it just kind of ruins the game a little bit. So I kind of ignored those, and you can do that. But it feels a little strange to have that mechanism in there. Then the next thing is you have to log in through Facebook. I don't really like tying any games to Facebook. I guess it's just a personal preference. I prefer to play my games on Game Center. I have a Facebook account, but I keep it pretty locked down. Not really friends with that many people. I don't check it that often, so I prefer to just have Facebook over there where I can ignore it. And then the other thing is, I would really like a version that was just like an auto match, which doesn't exist. So the way that you can play games with friends on different devices is either 1, spam your friends on Facebook, or 2, well, no, that's pretty much it. So you have to spam your friends on Facebook if you want to play with them. And the single player game, like I said, the big thing about it that feels funny is that that boost thing that doesn't really exist in the real game. You level up as you play more, and I'm sure that gets reported back to Facebook. I didn't know. I kind of ignored the Facebook integration on it. So overall, the hard part about this game is the implementation is really good. It feels a little weird because it is a party game, so it's not one that you can laugh about and have fun with your friends if you're not all in the same room. However, the implementation is really good. So it gets high scores for implementation. the actual like game doesn't adapt quite as well. So there's that, and then the way that you get to play with other people and the being the multiplayer integration is definitely lacking. So I'm really torn on this game. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. It is a free game, and that's probably why it gets the 4 out of 5. So if you're interested in Wits and Wagers, it is a good adaptation, and I would say go ahead and grab it. And yeah, it's definitely an interesting game, and it's always fun for me to see good board games that then get brought over to the App Store. That's Wits and Wagers Party. It's developed by Backflip, and it is 4 out of 5 from me.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thanks for that one. Let's move along. Let's get into my review. I'm going to be reviewing Mikey Hooks. That just came out on iOS today. Today's Thursday, right? Wow.
It is.
This week's flying by. So Mikey Hooks, it's horrible. It's horrible. Right, Mike Mead in the chat room? Worst game ever. Just kidding. No, so Mikey Hooks, loving this game. So I've had it for about a week now. I got an early review code, and it is really, really good. So it's $1.99 on the App Store, and it's a sequel to Mikey Shorts and the Mikey Shorts holiday release. So if you're not familiar with Mikey Shorts, I reviewed it when it first came out. I loved it. It's a platformer. It is it's a speedrun based platformer. So you're basically trying to do 3 things in each level. You're trying to get from the start to the finish as quickly as possible, and you're ranked on 1 to 3 stars when you do so. You're also trying to get all the coins in a level, and you do that by not obviously getting 3 stars, because it's going to take you some time to find all the coins, to go off the beaten path to get them, not the most optimum line throughout the level. So you have to at least play it twice. And there's also, inside of each level, there's a hidden pair of golden shorts. That's where Mikey Shorts came from. And then, so you might be playing each level 3 or 4 times as you work your way through to find it. And that's basically the game. Like you're running, you're jumping, and you're using these impossibly good on-screen controls. Like it shouldn't work, and that's how Mikey Shorts was when it first came out. The on-screen controls were stupid good, and that's how it is on this one as well. Mikey Hooks. It's crazy. And that's pretty much it. That's the core of the game. So what Mikey Hooks has done is they've kept the same base game. So you're still getting 3 stars, getting all the coins, getting the golden shorts, running and jumping through the levels. They've added things like different types of enemies that you wouldn't have seen before, but they've also added a hook. So if you've played Hook Champ, way back in the App Store, one of my favorite games from a long time ago, it's essentially the same thing. So as you're running and jumping through the levels, you'll see these little circular things. And if you hit the jump button a second time, you shoot out your hook and then you swing on it. And you use that to basically get through the levels. So it's not just platforming now, it's platforming and swinging. The game itself is split up into 6 main worlds, each with 4 levels. And the really cool thing, just like all the other ones, is each individual level has a... oops, I didn't want to start a level. I wanted to go to something else. Each individual level has its own leaderboard, which is absolutely crazy. So I know for some of the levels... I used to be the first person. Actually, yeah, level 5-2. I'm still number 1 by 0.08 of a second.
Wait a minute. Does that mean you're the top hooker?
I am the top hooker. I am the number 1 hooker. No one hooks better than me, Jared. So the person that is always like nipping at my heels is Coupon. I don't know. Is that like a good friend of the developers or something? Because always... right ahead or right below me. It's level 5-1. it's I'm 5/100ths of a second below Coupon, and then the next level I'm 8/100ths of a second ahead of that person. So really fun. You can see where everybody is. You can see your time. You can see your rank. I have a feeling that Mike Mead is Coupon, by the way. That's why I said it. And you can see that you're ranked number 1 in the world, number 7, number 4,000th in the world. There's something about this game that is just so addictive. Running through, jumping, dying, doesn't matter. Play again, run through, jump, make your line better, jump off this one creature's head, jump into the air, do this really wicked hook and swing so that you let go at the precise time so that you can hit the ground and immediately go into a slide to get through a small little path to then continue through the level. It is just so much fun. So as you play through the levels, you obviously collect coins. Then you use those coins to buy awesome things. There are hats, there are eyeballs, faces, and different hook types. So you unlock coins to then unlock those, and then you can make yourself look good. Here's my guy right now. I'll put it up to the camera for anybody that's following it at home. There's my guy. It's kind of really bright. So I'm wearing a beaver on my head. I have a clown face, and I'm using a red hook of some form. So that's my guy that I got randomly, and I kind of liked it. And then you can hit the little share button, and I can actually just tweet it out right from my thing. So I'm going to tweet it out right now. So I just tweeted it out. So it's on Twitter right now, my thing that I'm wearing. So that's really cool, and that's fun. But if you're done the story mode, if you've gotten all 72 stars and gotten all the coins and gotten all the shorts, there's also a race mode where you are basically pitting yourself against 4 or 3 other ghost runners. And it's just added content and added stuff to kind of pull your hair out. There's 12 levels right now. And as you unlock the different levels, or as you do well in the other levels, it packs up and unlocks other levels that you can then compete on. And then it tracks the total number of points that you have across all of the race modes. So I haven't played all the race modes. I'm on race mode 6 of 12. But when I look at the scores, I'm let's see, loading game setter scores. I'm actually like 116th, which isn't bad since I've only done 5 of the 6. So I need to get in there and play a little bit more is really what I want to say. And then if all this wasn't enough, you can go to the little bonus menu and you can buy a bonus pack. So just a little something that gives you a little bit of extra things. It's 99 cents to unlock it. And then it gives you 4 kind of cheaty type things. There's a coin doubler, there's a coin magnet, there's a heart doubler, and then there's a really cool retro graphic skin. So you can basically click retro graphics, and then it looks like you're playing on an Atari 2600, and it makes me smile from ear to ear stupidly for hours. So you don't need to do this, but it's a nice little bonus to the developers, and it makes your gameplay a little bit easier. The coin magnet is great because I can go through and get 3 stars on a level while collecting all the coins, which is really nice. And the nice thing is coins don't show up on the leaderboard, so it's not like you're cheating or doing something that other people in the game won't be able to see. So yeah, I love everything about this game. It's as bang on for the controls as it always has been. I still haven't tried it with my iCade. I got to do that, but the on-screen controls are just so awesome that there's really no need to. I think the only thing that this game is missing, Mike Mead, is a VG podcast hat to wear with the little invader thing. So then I could run around this game with a little invader on my head. I would be I'd be kind of happy about that. But other than that, this game is essentially perfect. It is it is fun. It is worth every penny that you're going to be paying for this. You're going to have fun playing it. You're going to have fun customizing your character. You're going to have fun ripping your hair out, trying to shave like 1/100th of a second off your time so you can get the 3rd star. Mike Mead in the chat room says that it has iCloud support too. Yeah, that was patched in after, I guess for launch day, which is really nice. It's a great game. I don't know what else I can say about this game. It's fun. It's a game that I'm going to have on my iPad forever. I still have Mikey shorts on my iPad, and I play it every once in a while. This one is as good as that game, and then so much better. So do check it out. Mikey Hooks on the App Store right now. $1.99, worth every penny. It gets a 5 out of 5. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So do check it out. Mikey Hooks.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm sure that we'll have them come talk to us again when we get the chance.
Yeah, we'd love to have them on the show again. That would be fun. That would be fun. It was a fun interview the last time.
So yeah, I'm really good. And I don't even like speedrun runners because man, I get so frustrated with them. But I like to explore the levels and collect stuff, so that's good.
Yeah, no, it's loads of fun. If you're into platformers and speedrunning, it doesn't get much better than that. So I'm looking at my image that I tweeted out, and my Mikey's disguise was the beaver hat, star glasses, clown makeup, and a red hook. So I'm a red hooker in the game. It's fun. Do check it out, Mikey Hooks. All right, Jared. That's gonna about do it for the second Touch of Gaming of the day. How do you feel? Are you tired? Your throat kind of dry and parched?
You got to be going longer. This is your third, right?
Yeah, but this is really 2 episodes that are kind of like one normal episode. But yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, but it's been good. It's been good talking to you, Lloyd.
Yes.
Good games.
It has been good. So, all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for downloading the shows. Remember to head on over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel so we can get every little bit closer to YouTube live streaming. And as I said, we have pretty much the archives of every show up there for your viewing pleasure. Even episodes that didn't have video, we have them up there with just kind of like our album artwork. So even if you want to see what a game looks like, or when we have a developer on, you can definitely do that as well. So do check it out and subscribe. youtube.com/VGPod. Let us know what you think.
Or if you want to see what a developer looks like.
That's
a real live one.
A real live developer. I hear they are real people. They're not just computer programs. They might actually be alive. Yeah, do that. youtube.com/VGPod. Let us know what you think of the show. That's vgpodcast@gmail.com. You can call. That's not the right one. You can call our voicemail line at, that was Star Fox. That was for Nintendo. You can call our voicemail line, area code 505-VG-Podcasts. Or, just head on over to vgpodcast.com/forums and hang out with the rest of us over in the forums. All right, Jared. Thanks again, man.
Thank you, Lloyd.
We really, this time, we'll talk to you in 1 week's time. I'm not just going to say that and then decide to do a show 10 minutes later again, because I need to go get some sleep. Actually, I need to go play Pikmin 3 for about 30 minutes, and then Mikey Hooks for about 15 minutes, and then I'll get some sleep, because that'll get a little bit of gaming in for the rest of the day. All right, guys.
Have a good night.
Take it easy, and we'll talk in a week's time. Later.